Okay folks, welcome back to the channel. A hefty week of European action has just fallen at our doorstep, and my god, what a week to talk about. We'll start with the Tuesday games where there was goals galore, but we start with the Kairat and Pavos 0-0. Pavos getting another red card and another European fixture there, and getting another 0-0 draw away from home, which is good for them, to be fair. They start getting some wins on the board. They might actually survive and get into the knockout stages of the tournament, which would be massive for a club like this. That's, you know, a very young club, but well funded. Barcelona Olympiacos, a team that Pavos did draw to. Barcelona beating them 6-1. Olympiacos are getting a red card. Fermin Lopez with a hat-trick. Lamine Yamal getting a penalty, and Rashford scoring twice as well. Barcelona cooking a little bit there. Rashford getting another 2 goals. Fermin with a hat-trick. Barcelona are here to play about, man. I mean, Arsenal Atletico 0-0 at half-time, but 4-0 by the end of the game. A mental 13 minutes from Arsenal, where 4 goals in 13 minutes from Gabriel Martinelli and Victor Gyökeres, scoring 2 there in 3 minutes. Smacking this strong Atletico. It's a strong Atletico team. You know, it's not a mess about Atletico team, and Arsenal are still yet to concede. 3 games in now in the Champions League. Bayer Leverkusen PSG, a game that I went to. I mean, if you want to see just over there, I have my scarf that I got from the game. Oh my god! We'll go back to this angle. What a game! What a game for me to pick this. 3 games this year I've been to that I've had 9 goals, and I said 3 like that while I was in Germany. Alex Garcia scoring a penalty and an absolute banger. Alex Garcia probably the best goal of the game, potentially. It was a peach. 2 red cards, one for Andrić, one for Zabania. Patro opening the score. Doué with 2 goals. Kvaratskhelia, Nunes Mensch, Ousmane Dembele, and then Vitinha scoring very late on to make sure that I do go to 3 games with 9 goals. 7-2. Incredible watch. The other game that I was looking at going to was PSV Napoli, and that was exciting too. Finishing 6-2 to PSV. PSV smacking up Napoli. Napoli was not expecting that one. Scott McTominay with a brace, but yeah, PSV walking up Napoli after a really poor match day 1. That is a big turnaround for them. Copenhagen and Dortmund, a game that I had down as a 2-2 draw, finishing 4-2 to Dortmund. Copenhagen having a bit of fight to it, but not enough. Maybe I did underestimate this Dortmund team. Felix Nemetcha scoring 2 goals. Fabio Silva scoring as well, someone who looked like his career was done and dusted, but doing alright at Dortmund there, isn't he? Newcastle winning 3-0, another big win for the English lads, with Barnes scoring twice and Gordon scoring. Benfica unable to break that. Jose Mourinho unable to break this Newcastle team. Eddie Howe doing what he's doing. You know, he's going to get this Newcastle team to the next round and be fine. St Gallen getting beat by Inter 4-0. Not really much of a threat there. St Gallen, a team that I thought could maybe give something, but no. Inter Milan still flying, still doing what they need to do in Champions League football, and like Arsenal, still yet to concede in the tournament, which is really impressive for both teams there. And then City beating Villarreal 2-0. Erling Haaland at the door again, knocking on, being like, yeah, goals in here please. On to the Wednesday games, where Athletic Bilbao beat Qarabag 3-1. Qarabag have had upsets already in the tournament, but Bilbao pushing it off. Galatasaray showing that they're a tough place to go against another team that's a tough place to go to, but I really thought Bodo could hold it to Galatasaray, but Galatasaray winning 3-1 there. Victor Osimhen with 2 goals. Atkin with the other goals well. Bodo Glimt, no comeback on the horizon for them there. Atalanta and Slavia Prague, another 0-0 in a week where it's full of goals, because we went back to the goals here with Bayern Munich beating Club Brugge 4-0. Harry Kane scoring, and Nicholas Jackson getting his first goal in a Bayern Munich shirt as well, as they beat Bruges 4-0, a game you'd expect them to win. Chelsea on the other hand beating Ajax 5-1. Scoring a penalty and giving away a penalty as well. It's absolutely cleaning out some players. Ajax down to 7 men, and it was just a walking apart from Chelsea there. Mike Gowey scoring. It's because of how you pronounce it, Gowey. Scoring there. Caicedo as well. Estevao with a penalty, and Tyreek George just after half time, making it 5-1. Not too shabby there. Another game that we finished 5-1. I knew there was going to be goals in this game, but I thought goals would be for both teams. Frankfurt only got 1, but Liverpool got 5 goals. As you know, things start to click a bit more. Isak still having a stinker, Salah still having a bit of a stinker as well. Ekitike, Van Dijk, Konate, Gakpo and Szoboszlai all scoring. Gakpo and Ekitike. For me right now, out of two players that need to be on Liverpool's sheet week in, week out, like Isak and Salah haven't been impressive enough so far this year, and it's crazy to say because it's the most expensive signing ever in the Premier League, and last year's player of the season not living up to it. Monaco and Spurs, another 0-0 draw there, disappointing from Spurs. Real Madrid and Juventus, with Real Madrid winning 1-0, just edging over Juventus. It was a close one, Bellingham getting the winner though. And then Sporting beating Marseille 2-1 with Marseille I thought could fight back, but Sporting's a tough place to go to, so understandable there. On to the Europa League and the Europa Conference League. Rangers' nightmare in Europe still continues with Brann beating them 3-0. Steaua Bucharest getting beat by Bologna. I thought Steaua Bucharest would be a bit more of a fight there. Fenerbahce beating Stuttgart. Real Betis and Genk in a 0-0 draw. Goat Eagles having a massive upset there against Aston Villa, beating them 2-1. Villa, man, what are you playing at? What are you playing at? Olympique Lyon beating Basel 2-0. Salzburg losing at home. I thought Salzburg would do alright in this tournament, to be honest. I really did think Salzburg would do alright in this tournament. Losing to Fenerbahce at home 3-2 is an exciting game, and all of Fenerbahce's goals coming in a space of 8 minutes there. Varga, Zekarisen and Yusuf scoring in just 8 minutes. It's crazy. Sparta Prague beating Red Star Belgrade 2-0. Sparta Prague, Sporting Prague, what's Sparta Prague? Sporting Prague are doing really well so far in the tournament, top of the table right now actually, which is quite impressive for them. Celta Vigo beating Nice in what is quite a close one, being an own goal that separates them. Aspas scored early on, still kicking about, yes. Celtic beating Sturm Graz 2-1 as well there. Feyenoord beating Panathinaikos 3-1. All these teams doing pretty well, doing pretty impressive for themselves. Freiburg beating Utrecht 2-0, again you expect Freiburg to win. I think Freiburg are going to be one of the underdogs in the tournament this year. Midtjylland as well beating Maccabi Tel Aviv 3-0, another underdog in this year. Philip Billing scoring there and Zoot scoring 2 goals. Our Malmo get a 1-0 draw with Zinol Zagreb, while Lille and PAOK in a 4-3 mental game there. PAOK and we're winning 3-0 at half time. Then it gets back to 3-2, and then it goes to 4-2, and then 4-3, and then a really heavy end to the game with a red card there for PAOK. But PAOK with a massive win, a huge win in France for them. Lille will be upset to have lost that one. Forest getting their first win with a Sean Dyche with a 2-0 win over Porto. That is a massive result for them. Even though it was 2 penalties, Jan Bednarek and Kvyat as a back two for Porto. That doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel right. That's the game that I watched in the Europa League this week. And Roma losing to Victoria Pilsen 2-1, which is crazy. I thought Roma would be a team that could have a bit of fight in this, but Pilsen are a team that can throw an upset in there for you. And then Young Boys beating a Ludogorets 3-2 as well. On to the UEFA Conference League, and AEK Athens absolutely smacking up Aberdeen. Aberdeen, add to their season that's not going well for them right now with a 6-0 win. AZ Alkmaar beating Slovan Bratislava 1-0, a game you expect them to maybe get a few more goals, especially since Slovan were down to 10 men. Coops down to 10 men as well, and a 0-0 draw with Breidablik. Dorita drawing 1-0 with Omni Nicosia. Omni Nicosia are probably the better team there, but it's away from home, so it's difficult. Hacken drawing 2-0 with Real Vallecano. Real Vallecano down to 10 men. So we get a 2-0 draw, thanks to a 103rd minute penalty, which is insane to see. But Real Vallecano getting a result of that one. Really young and exciting team coming up through there. Fiorentina, a serial repeater of the UEFA Conference League, where they get to the semi-finals every year. A 3-0 win over Rapid Vienna. Do what they need to do. Do what they need to do. Legia Warsaw beating Shakhtar Donetsk 2-1. Szeged beating Shelbourne 1-0 from a 92nd minute goal there. Strasbourg actually dropping points to Jagiellon Białystok 1-1 there at home, despite them. But the biggest disappointment of the week, I have to say, Haskell's Palace losing 1-0 to AEK Larnaca. The Cypriot team beating Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. Is a fall off. Lausanne Sport beating Hamilton Spartans. Lincoln Redims actually get a win over Lech Poznan, which really surprised me there. Mainz beating Zergents, but only 1-0. I thought I'd get more out of them there. Samospor beating Dynamo Kiev 3-0. Kelj beating Shamrock Rovers. Shamrock Rovers are going to be a team that's going to be struggling in this anyway. Sigma Olmuk drawn 1-0 with Rakow, and then Noah getting a 1-0 draw with University Craiova. I mean, the Europa Conference League is always a hard one to speak about. in the early stages anyway, because it's a lot of teams where you're like, who are you, where are you from? But the top 8 right now going into the next round, 2 games into it, it's Fiorentina, AEK Larnaca, Kelj, Lausanne Sport, Samonspor, Mainz, Vada Volcano, and Rakau Shekova. Strasbourg and Palace not in that. I mean, Strasbourg and Palace are probably 2 favourites for the tournament, still not inside that top 8 is mental to think about. The UEFA Europa League, the top 8 being Midtjylland, as I've said, being at the top right now, alongside Sporting Braga and the Belenenses, all on 3 wins from 3. Dinamo Zagreb, Pilsen, Freiburg, Fenerbahce and Bran make up the rest of that there. In the top 8, there's only 8 unbeaten teams, and Bran's not one of them. Real Betis is the only one that's unbeaten and not inside the top 8, with 2 draws on the board for them so far. But they're doing okay for themselves. And then the Champions League is looking like, oh my god, where are we going? UEFA Champions League, the top 8 is PSG, Bayern Munich, Inter Milan and Arsenal and Real Madrid, all from 3 wins from 3, whilst Borussia Dortmund, City and Newcastle make up the rest of the top half. Who did Barcelona lose to? I really don't remember Barcelona losing. Maybe I do. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. Who did Barcelona lose to? It's what it is. That is the end of the video, guys. If you like the video, leave a like, see more, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Another video. See you next time. Cheers.